fam, it's your girl, Aimee J, your personal hype man and friend here today on this Thursday, January 23rd, 2020, wanting to check in and see how are you doing? What's going on? How's it been? It's been 24 hours since we talked last. A lot has happened. I got a new ceiling fan light in our home. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a lot. It's brought light to the room. Home ownership. I mean, technically my parents own the home, but being home and helping to take care of my parents and the home gives you some insight in that home ownership is not easy, right? You end up spending money on things that you need for the house versus, just chilling and wasting it on something else. So that's the latest update for me. What has been happening for you guys in the last 24 hours? Yesterday, we talked about being open to feedback, being receptive to constructive criticism. And one of the reasons I kind of built it this way is the one person you have to be most open to is yourself. When we make mistakes, how we give feedback to other people may differ for how we give it to ourselves. Because one of the first things I used to do when I made a mistake was beat myself up over it. And I know I'm not the only one. When you make a mistake and you're suddenly, what an idiot. What was I thinking? And then you're just going down this spiral of negativity and flagellation on yourself. And it's just not fair. It's not right, because you don't deserve that. You absolutely don't deserve that. And half the time, is it even warranted? The things that we say to ourselves? There's no grain of truth in it. We're just harsh. We're just mean to ourselves. And I got to tell you, don't do it. Don't do it. That's why it's important to be tactful when giving constructive criticism and figure out how to do that so that you can give it to yourself, so that you can start looking at your mistakes you've made and not beat yourself up over it, because it doesn't do anything but bring you down and waste time. It's harsh. It's unnecessary. You need to be kind to yourself. Just as it is important to be kind to other people, it is so important to be kind to yourself. And it is probably the hardest thing for you to do. Because you're like, well, who's going to care if I'm mean to myself? I care. You don't deserve that. You deserve kindness. You deserve grace. And you are only human, guys. That's the thing we have to remember. We're only human, and we are allowed to make mistakes. It happens. And the biggest important thing to remember is just because you make a mistake doesn't mean you're a failure. Doesn't mean the world is going to end. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Let me say that again. Just because you make a mistake, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. And it doesn't mean that you're a failure. All right? Keep that in mind, absorb that, because it's true. It's true. We have to allow ourselves the grace to make mistakes, because if we don't make mistakes, we will not grow. We will not learn. But it's how we react after we make the mistakes that's important. Don't beat yourself up over it. If something happens, you gotta not sit in that failure. Don't sit in that mean pettiness of being mean to yourself. Don't do it, guys. It's not cool. It's not cool. I want you to be kind to yourself. I want you to be nice, right? It's important. When we say, you should be kind, when you should be nice to others, it's not just externally. It's just as important to do it internally, right? When you look in the mirror and you say to yourself that I'm ugly, I am old, no one likes me. First of all, that's the opposite of affirmations. Don't do it. Second of all, they're lies. They're lies that have been planted within us because of something other people have said or other things we have seen, and they're not true. They are absolutely not true, and so important, so important that you understand that they are just vicious lies that have been implanted in us, and we can't give voice to the lies, right? That is the opposite of what you should be saying, and that's not being kind to yourself. It's the opposite of being kind to yourself. Because when you look in that mirror, guys, you are beautiful. You are amazing. And you are exactly who you need to be. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone thinks. You are awesome. You are loved. You are needed. And most importantly, you are enough as you are, the way you are. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind because it's so important, guys, to be kind to yourself because you deserve it, everything in the world. All right? So until next time, when we chat again, which is going to be tomorrow, remember, don't stop. Keep chasing.